covered with the 2020 tax year.
Okay, one moment, ma'am. One moment. I can barely. Are you, ma'am? Are you able to hold one moment? I can barely hear you. Can you just hold 1 second? You there? Are you there, ma'am? Can you hear me, ma'am?
Are you ready?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little better now. I'm trying to go to a quieter area. Okay. Okay, now what were you saying? Security.
For 2000, for the first and second stimulus, those would have been covered under the 2020 tax year. So we did receive a return on that year, but there was no figures on the return. It was just all zero. And so that's probably what they used to get the bank account information, because that's the only thing that was on there was the bank account information. But there is a 3-year statute for filing claiming a refund. And so you passed that statute, so you wouldn't be able to go back and claim that. Those are going to be a loss.
Okay.
And it's also possible for that 2018 also, because again, going on 5 years later.
Well,
So
here's the
they
problem.
might possibly reprocess it.
Am I able to speak? I thought it was 5 years and not 3 years.
3 years.
Okay. So what happened with the stimulus checks?
They were never issued out.
Oh, so it
Never claimed.
changed. Okay, so at first it was put into my on the card, but now it changed to they were never
That
issued
was
out.
the third stimulus. That was the third, not the first and second.
Oh, the third stimulus was put on the card.
The third stimulus is direct deposit. We sent it based off of information that we received from 2020. So it looks like that there was a refund, a paper tax return that was mailed in to us, and it was sent in. Looks like we received it on March 31st, 2001. But it didn't have anything on it, no figures, no numbers, no anything. The only thing that was on there was your bank account information, and that's what they used to send out that stimulus for 2020.
Okay, because there was no income. Well, when I went online, it said that they didn't receive it, and then when the representative, I'm not able to speak, ma'am. So when I went online,
Whatever you want.
I'm just trying to get clarity, ma'am. When I went online, it said that it didn't receive it. So then I tried to do it electronically, and it glitched, and it said that it needed my ID, and I put my ID and all my information in there, and it still won't let me do it online at a tax service. So someone did a paper return, and she said that she couldn't get through, and her computer glitched at Salvation Army. So I could not get any clarity on what happened, and my online it said that I never got the return. But you're saying I did get it?
Didn't get anything. Get a request.
Okay, so the third stimulus, you're saying that I actually got that stimulus?
That stimulus stuff we issued out as a direct deposit to a bank, and we got that direct deposit off of the 2020 tax return on March 31st.
But the problem of it was when I checked online, it said that you guys didn't get it.
Okay, well, we got it.
Okay, so I got it, and you sent it to the bank corp on what date?
On April 28th, 2021.
April 28th of 2021. Okay, and as for the other stimulus checks, you're saying how much was the one you sent out on April 28th?
$1,400.
And the other two that I'm being defrauded out of?
And everybody used that.
Okay, and here's the problem. If it was glitching online and everything was closed until it's really peculiar at how it almost seems like COVID was targeted around me. If everything was closed, how in the world could I get it if the site was glitching and I couldn't get it?
Sounds like Marvel. No. It didn't, but it out though. And we didn't have any.
I applied multiple different times. I have evidence and witnesses that saw that I applied, and it glitched and it deprived me of any access to the stimulus. And to my knowledge, when did the IRS open back up?
So it didn't get issued.
When did the IRS open back up after COVID, ma'am? When did the IRS
I'm
open?
not sure. You have to check the date for mine.
Okay, to my knowledge, it didn't open up again till like 2021.
So you know when it opens? Okay.
To my knowledge, I don't know. I'm thinking to 2021, and then 2021. I haven't really been able to get anything resolved. Trying to do it online, and then I said that I'll finally just do a text preparation because I kept trying to do it through TurboTax, and I have evidence of it, and it kept glitching and wouldn't let me do it. So finally, I just said I'm going to go in.
You probably couldn't file online because of the 2018 return. That I didn't have to have. But
Well, hey, you're making it impossible for me to. Police. Well, with all these technical glitches, it's making it impossible for me to get the stimulus. I feel like I'm being defrauded out of funds. So how much was the first two stimulus checks?
One was 1,200 for adults, 600 for kids. 500 for kids, and then the second one was 600 for adults.
So that's $1,800 that I'm being defrauded of, plus the $3,000, and then another $3,000 on why it glitched and went from the right income rate.
Always write your commissioner of your concern and if there was work comes out with you. So we can. So that's all the information that I have on my end. And then for the 2018, like I said, I also reached out to my lead about that. Because again, it's been about 5 years, so that not being able to be resolved in that time frame, it has been deemed as identity theft. It's possible that you can still retrieve, you can still verify yourself, but it's a strong possibility that you won't get that refund also because of the grievance debt.
Yeah, I think that something's amiss because I thought it was 7 years.
So it started off at 5, and you went to 7, but it's only 3.
It changed.
Nope.
If you can't, the only amount of time that you can go back is 3 years for your tax return, and it's always been that way.
To my knowledge.
Well, let's get clarity. That's vital. We need to make certain because that would defraud me out of a lot of funds.
Find it out.
I'm sorry?
Well, I can see the questions and recovery.
You have to send me through more questions. You've asked me quite a bit of questions.
Well, you have a lot of questions, so you gotta be answered.
Okay, so here's the thing. So for the $3,000, I didn't know how I was being defrauded out of it, but I realized the amount that for income altered on its own. Okay, so the other $3,000 I forgot about. And then in addition to that, I've been trying to take care of business online and on my phone, and it was impossible. And then it was closed down. So these catch-22s are enforcing that I get defrauded out of funds all over the place. It's giving me no, I'm just trying to speak, ma'am. It's giving me no possibility.
You always have an option of filing by paper. So whether you had a glitch or a technical issue, you can always mail in the tax return. It's always an option.
I mailed it in, and it said that you didn't get it online. I'm not being heard.
Well, we received one, and it didn't have any figures on it, so you didn't put anything on it. You didn't.
Someone did my taxes for me that way at the Salvation Army. And then when I tried to get clarity, she said that her device glitched online, and then she said that she had problems calling in. And then when I tried to get it online, it said that I didn't get a return. What I think is going on is someone is purposely trying to defraud me out of funds, and having Robin using his power over the government. And since he's already prearranged for me to be defrauded out of funds, there's catch-22s that makes it impossible for me to get these funds. And they use all these different gimmicks.
Like you gotta
and
rub better shoulders. You gotta be a little nicer, it sounds like to me. So I'm not sure what it is. I don't know who the person is defrauding you.
the IRS, the Social Security Administration, Attorney General, Health and Human Services, a lot of people.
I have to reach out to somebody higher than you. Gotta probably reach out to your daughter. I'm not sure what else to do.
Okay, ma'am, I haven't been able to stop it in all this time. No, ma'am. I guess that's it. So, as
right.
for, well, ma'am, one more question, ma'am. One more question. Ma'am, before you hang up, I've been on hold.